I am a homeowner. I am retired. I am 68 years old, and I've lived in Philadelphia all my life.
My name is Faye. I'm from Yorktown. And have I noticed changes? Absolutely.
The city is changing. There's a lot of new development coming, and housing costs have been increasing really, really quickly.
My name's Nick. I live in Queen Village. I've been living there for just a year as of next month.
I live in the Winfield area of Philadelphia. I have lived there most of my life.
It's very close to Center City. In fact, some people are calling it Northern Liberties, and the neighborhood has really changed.
I live in the West Oak Lane section of Philadelphia.
As a white person, gentrification is something that I have mixed feelings about.
One of the biggest changes taking place with gentrification development is Black culture is being erased.
I'm a realtor as well as a neighbor, and it's important to me, for myself and for my neighbors, that we have quality neighborhoods that are sustainable, that are family-oriented, and that meet the needs of all the different diverse populations that Philadelphia attracts.
There's a huge community garden right next door to my house, and we've already had many community meetings because the city wants to sell it to a developer to put up more student housing.
Well, my name is Judy Hartle, and I live in Society Hill on 3rd Street.
For Winfield in particular, it is becoming a university area.
We've been there for 16 years, moved in from the suburbs. And what I love about the neighborhood is that it's rare that I go out of the house without meeting somebody and being greeted by somebody that I know.
Since 2000, the housing prices have gone up 200%. We have data that show that there are 22% fewer African American households in our neighborhood.
So it used to be strictly residential, very large houses, very large families, and now a lot of it is turning over into commercial, into student rental housing, and a lot of more mixed use.
And I was part of a coalition to fight the sale of the William Penn High School, the Temple, because it was a sweetheart deal.
I'm part of this gentrification process that it's not my fault, and I'm kind of playing into it, and I'm using it to my advantage in some ways, so I feel guilty every day. But at the same time, I need the apartment.
There's an active neighborhood association. So we have a couple of cleanup days a year, and everybody's very careful to keep the place picked up. And we have social events. We have several historic houses in the neighborhood, so all of that is really good.
I can sit out in the morning and have my coffee on my patio and watch the buses and the traffic go by. I can walk around my neighborhood.
Neither my wife or I, we have a lot of privilege, but we don't have a lot of wealth right now, so we're struggling to make ends meet month by month and living by paycheck to paycheck. And this is a nice spot that's close to our school, that's far enough out of Center City that we can still afford.
What do they intend to do with the mural that's on William Penn High School? A mural, a cultural asset paid for in part by city taxpayers.
People realize that while gentrification is happening, that it's not benefiting everybody in the city.
Students are what they are, and we understand that, but they don't always respect the idea of a family environment.
Murals are not just placed randomly in communities. The mural reflects the community's values.
I know that there's crime out there all over, but from where I live, it's really basically just quiet. And people just live peacefully.
We want to welcome new people and new development, but we don't want to be pushed out of our neighborhood.
So there's been a little bit of contention between the university and the residents just to keep things family-oriented.
Us not choosing to live there might not make a big difference, but what I want to do is I want to change for the next generation so that it's better for the next generation.
I love the fact that we are a city of neighborhoods, but I also find it sometimes troubling because people don't look beyond their neighborhood to think of the good of the whole city.